this now. Good. Well, Michael, thank you for joining me in this adventure. I'm very happy that you made this choice, and in the coming weeks and months, we will create a relationship together so I can understand you better and I can help you direct yourself towards achieving your goals in a way that is seamless for you. Because we don't want to have too much stress, but we still need some stress to push yourself, right?
Yeah, that's grand.
So the goal you want to do is to enroll 5 clients to 50K each.
Yeah, it's more the monetary at this point. It's more the monetary and being selfish. Eventually, it'll become about creating particular types of clients. But at
Mhm.
this point, it's the monetary hurdle that I have to get across.
Yes,
So the
yes, I understand.
250 is probably more important than how I do it right now.
Yeah. I mean, how you do it, we'll figure out a way that feels right and that it feels aligned with you. Like it's so much better when we live the natural course of our life and the things we want just come to us. That's the best way
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah.
And we do a lot of effort on ourselves to make things happen. So during this call, we're gonna have a first phase where I will show you the supporting document. It's a document where everything that you need is gonna be registered, and anytime you will need something, you will just go to that document and you will just find everything. So I'm gonna share my screen now. You're gonna have an idea of what the document is. So it's this one. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Perfect. So this part here, you will be able to delete it when you feel comfortable with it.
Sorry, it hasn't gone in. Do I need to click on my side?
Do you not see it?
I don't see. Where do I go for it?
It
If there's
should
a
be
black
there already.
screen. Uh,
Interesting.
do I need to? I don't. You're sharing your screen, no?
I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, on my
Yeah.
side, I'm already into the fake pose,
Well,
maybe.
it's all it's saying is Master Asha Hope has started screen sharing, but it's not. There you go. There's the document now.
Okay.
So I have a title. Well, Michael. Welcome, Michael.
Yeah, okay. Can you see when I'm scrolling now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So in this document here, so this part here, we will delete it later. It's just for you for the first days when you're getting used to it. It's an introduction on how to use documents. The first part that we will have is daily tasks. Every time we will go a session every week, we will have like daily tasks to update. The task we're gonna do today is make a list of all the action, mindsets, and feelings that keep you stuck in your current state. And then we're gonna make another list of all the actions, mindsets, and feelings that you want to use in order to reach the state that you want to get to. It's very simple. And then at the end of the call, we'll do hypnosis to train your subconscious to choose the states that you want and replace them with the one you don't want. I mean, find the one you don't want and replace them with the one you want. Here you have my contact info in case you need it. There's a QR code you can scan for WhatsApp. There is a link for Calendly in case, one time you during the weekend you want to change a schedule I'm not available. You can use that Calendly link and I will see that, oh, hey, you cannot go to the regular appointment, and here you can choose. So now quickly we're gonna use the SMART goal method to define what we're gonna do during the next 3 months. The goal has to be specific, so it's pretty clear that you want 250K per year,
Yeah.
or I mean, reaching 250K, or just per year. Do you want to have like a yearly goal, or do you want this for this year?
Um, is it possible to reach that by the time we're finished our first?
Well, enrolling 5 clients is totally possible in 3 months.
Yeah.
It's totally possible in 3 months. The only question is like, are you going to trust me into doing everything I'm telling you? Because if you do, if you take action and if you trust, because trust is the most important thing, because what we have to do is to do new things. And when we do new things, we encounter a situation that we don't know. And we're asking ourselves, is this going to get me where I want to be? And then we just go back to the whole habits because we know that the whole habits will get us somewhere. So that's the thing is that we need a level of trust when we transforming. When we transform, we need to accept that the things that are happening are the things that should happen in order for us to get somewhere different. So I totally believe that it
Um,
is possible in the next 3 months to make 250K. It's just about finding 5 people who believe in you.
yeah. So I suppose the real question I'm asking is, am I doing myself a disservice by pushing too hard on this plan? Because, I feel part of me feels that, if I set the plan and as you say, if as I say, if I commit, as you say, if I trust, it is achievable.
Yeah,
So, hmm,
it is
okay,
totally
well, let's
achievable.
let's go for the let's go for that. So, because I have very ambitious plans, so I
250K,
feel that this would open the gate. Yeah,
5 clients.
250K. Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
So measurable, we are totally into the measure here. It's the attainable, I think totally. Relevant, we're totally time bound, so that's 3 months. Well, we're good with that. So here you have resources that are always the same. We'll change the resources when we're gonna record the meditation and hypnosis that are special for you. These one are like just meditation and things that usually people need. Here, there is a second tab that is called Session Review. When you click a second time, you have, so every time we will have a session, I will upload the replay on YouTube and you will have a private link that's going to be pasted here.
Right.
There is a space for session feedback. So if after this session, for example, this is the first session one, after this session, you feel like, oh, Asha, maybe you're speaking too fast, or maybe you should like have a different kind of vocabulary, you can write it down, like if anything that you have to say, maybe like the feedback is not coming just right after the session, it might be coming a few days after, and you want to put it after the session. If we have exercise to practice that are different from the previous week, I will put here exercise to practice, and then feedback on exercise. Sometimes I also give physical exercise to people, not just we're not just doing meditation and hypnosis. We are looking at everything we do. I had some clients who were
Right.
smoking, so their exercise was to quit smoking and to do other physical activities. So here you have the exercise, and again, exercise feedback. If the exercise is too difficult for you, we need to adapt and go at your own pace. And again, here next session. So if you have to reschedule, you can always use this link. Any question on this document?
No. No.
Perfect. Well, then I will go back here. And what we're going to do here now is to understand what are the actions, the mindsets, and feelings that are defining you in your current identity. So now, tell me, what do you do, whatever it would be in your life, that makes you feel like this is defining you?
Um, I suppose I don't know whether this is what you're looking for or not, but I I seem to have this need for validation the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So in some way, I'm looking for validation for what I do.
Yes.
Or another way of putting it is permission, looking for permission. Or
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm always something else that came up recently for me, and I realized it's me totally. I'm more looking at the outcome than the process. So I'm looking at I'm trying to create a 250K business rather than I have to get more discipline to work within that business.
Hmm.
So what does that actually look like? What's the actions?
Yeah.
Um, I seem to have I've fallen into the trap of because it's gone on so long for me now. I feel like I've time has created a pressure. I've a I'm in a pressure cooker to prove myself. I'm
Mm. Very good. Is there something else?
uh, and I think part of something that keeps me stuck. When I started out of this, I liked the idea of trying something new and evolving. And you were a novice, but now I've fallen into a trap where on the outside, people looking in at me they see me as successful. What I'm doing is successful.
Hmm.
It doesn't feel successful here, but I'm feeding into that. My ego side of me is feeding into that idea that I have a persona out there, and I'm trying to protect it. I'd love to just throw it away, but I'm trying to protect who I am or who I'm perceived to be.
So your current identity receive recognition from the outside, and because you need that recognition, you prevent yourself from moving and going to the phase of like being a beginner and maybe, like not being like recognized for that. I totally understand. I was speaking with someone who was saying like people who were working in the corporate also have that. They have like high level job and high paying job, and then they become entrepreneurs and they have to start from zero, and all that aura of being uh high level just disappears, and it kind of like scary. So I don't understand. So it's really like you're blocked by your need for validation. It's kind of like the same as this one.
Yeah, it's as much to prove to myself that I've come a journey as to prove to people outside. As not even proven, but it's when I yeah, it's hard to put into words. It's a feeling that yeah, I don't have that freedom to play around with it as much as I'd like. It has become heavy,
Mhm.
and I left the job because it was heavy, and now I've sort of evolved into this thing that has
Yeah,
become heavy for me, and I'm trying to keep it light because
yeah.
I believe you can come from that place of freedom and lightness. So it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy in one way.
Good. So, what are the actions that this identity needs to do in order to exist? What are the actions you do to create that need of validation?
Uh, in some ways I'm holding back. So
Can you
how
give
I
me that?
explain that is
Yes.
so when I the way I'd explain that is um my business when I'm engaged with a client, the most powerful thing I can do for them is to tell them what nobody else will tell them that they need to hear. And
Mm,
sometimes I hold, not consciously hold, but I think I'm actually doing them a service. I think I'm
mm,
actually being bold in the moment, but I'm still holding back. There's a more brutal honesty that needs to come out. And I feel like I'm unconsciously preserving myself because I like, this I want to be seen in a particular way. I want to be liked,
mm,
that's one of the ways it's shown up. Um, I'm always checking when I do something. I'm checking. So, for instance, uh, if I'm in a conversation or if I'm in a situation and I see somebody has done something that I might have done in the past or be doing, that's validation for me, and I'll notice that, and particularly if the person that's doing them is on a perceived higher plane than me. So if they're more successful or even more outwardly successful, I'll say, oh, I'll notice that, and I say, right, okay, at least I'm doing something right. So
Hmm.
I'm constantly surveying the environment for that. Um, yeah.
What are other actions you do in your daily life? Maybe with your wife or your kids, or even going to the supermarket. Are there like some kind of foods that you buy that makes you feel that way? Are there things that you avoid doing because this is not your level?
Um, I'm constantly starting again. I have I have a desk at home. When I was in the bank, I worked, we say your normal working hours was from 9 to 5:30 or whatever it was. You know, I'm constantly trying to put structure into my life, even though I don't necessarily agree with that structure. So I'm putting it into my life and almost like sabotaging it at the same time because my my natural way of showing up is not administrative. I'm not somebody that can sit down at a desk and do task after task after task. And the business that I'm creating doesn't need that. And yet it's almost like I'm constantly going back to that model that if I've order in my life, things will work.
Mm.
But it's actually through a certain level of disorder or carefree action that my life would work much better.
So there's an imbalance between having order and going with the flow. That's what I'm hearing here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, for instance, I've a number of notebooks on the go at the one time, and yet, if I was to be brutally honest, it's a headache trying to keep all the notebooks on the go. Um, Whereas one notebook is all I need, or I sit down at my desk and you know I try to put in an 8 hour day, but putting in an 8 hour day isn't my business model. So why am I doing it?
Hmm.
If I was actively researching one client, with a way to get to understand that person, I mean a potential client, and research them and see, am I a good fit for them? Can I support them? What is their issue? What are they doing in the world? That is a good use of my time, but I'm not doing that aspect of it. I'm sitting down, busying myself at nothing.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So, um, yeah,
So then we have procrastination here.
yeah, procrastination, yeah, big thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, Doing the wrong sort of work.
Hmm.
So, you might see in the background, I have a bookcase. I built that up over the years, and reading books. Uh, while that's good and all of that, you're getting more knowledge.
Hmm.
That's not going to feed directly at this point. It's not going to feed directly into creating a new client.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, just trying to think of what else. I starting again. So creating a business plan or a 90-day plan, and then
Hmm. Hmm.
a few weeks later creating a new one or creating going back to the creation mode or the building a plan again. So you're constantly in planning mode but not execution mode.
Yes. 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 Studying. So planning instead of
And the last thing that comes to mind in terms of actions is being in my own head, thinking a lot about stuff.
okay. Very good. Anything else?
I suppose a basic one, not taking the actions that I would have deemed earlier that
Yeah.
would move the
Well,
needle for me.
that then enter
That's covered, I
into
think.
procrastination.
Yeah, yeah.
And this
There's
is
a
also a form
there's
of
a
procrastination, but yeah.
yeah. Um, One of the feelings that I have is that I'm not good enough. That I
Mm-hmm.
Who am I to do these things? Who am
Mm-hmm.
I to, do, there's who am I to change this or do it different like that it has been done before?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's it's a sort of imposter syndrome, but that's very, very big in me.
Yeah, great. Any more actions or feeling, or can we go to mindset?
Perhaps to go to mindset. If something else comes up, I'll go back to it.
So what is your current mindset right now regarding to client acquisition and charging?
Um, there's probably an impatience there that I should have it done at this stage. I should be able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So there's a
there's
self-judgment.
definitely self-judgment is a big one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there's an anxiety. That's more feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, that's more
Uh,
into feeling, yeah.
Mindset. Um, I'm probably looking forward into the future too much rather than staying in the present.
Looking
Um,
forward in the future. Um, yeah, that's going again to planning, no?
Overthinking is probably a mindset, is it?
Well, it can be. I mean, a mindset is more like a way of thinking than the act of overthinking. How do you
Hmm.
think about your business? Do you think like you have the right to do it? Do you think like
Uh,
difficult, like things like, oh, I think my business is
when I
failing.
started this business, I wanted it very much to be a lifestyle type business, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want it limited in terms of income or cash flow. I deliberately set it up in a way that there were not that much administration in it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I have a fairly I've had a similar mindset to that idea of the type of business I wanted for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the challenge for me is I haven't been able to implement it in that uh, my mindset is very much around limited marketing. I have,
Mm-hmm.
and that could go back to the idea of imposter syndrome or who am I. But because it's a lifestyle business, I don't like this idea of people telling me that, oh, you have to spend every day going into LinkedIn and writing articles and putting up photos and
Mm-hmm.
in Facebook doing this and all of that. Every time I go away to an event, I have to take photos of myself at the event and get them up on social media. That runs counterintuitive to me.
Mm-hmm.
Rory McIlroy, if you follow golf at all, Rory McIlroy won the Augusta Masters last night, uh, and one of the people that's accredited to helping him has been a guy called Dr. Bob Rotella. And Dr. Bob Rotella is a mindset coach, or he's a psychologist, a sports psychologist, but he's a mindset coach. Now, only for he was mentioned in the thank you speech, nobody knows that Bob Rotella is part of Rory McIlroy's success.
Hmm.
The likes of that triggers something in me. I'd love to be that person that's behind the person that succeeds.
Yeah,
I don't need the limelight.
yeah, that's
That's where that's, but I don't know how to. I suppose I've lost a little bit of confidence. I'm lacking confidence in how to bring that about because I didn't bring it about in time. So I think
mm,
it's if it's going back to something, if it's been compounded by something, it's been compounded about this by this need to be liked, and therefore not going far enough with the client
hmm,
to show them what they need in a moment. Um, because this business is results orientated, you know.
yes.
So I like that idea, limited marketing, um, and I like that idea of not having a fixed work schedule.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I came from a background of 9 to 5, but I'm building the business around, well, it's not necessarily 9 to 5.
Hmm.
If
Hmm.
I want to write a thought article, I could be doing it at 8 o'clock at night. I could travel to meet a client if I want today, or I could only meet clients maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays the way I have it laid out, not every day.
Yeah.
So having that, creating that business the way I want it is a
Hmm.
big thing.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, freedom of choice is a big thing. Obviously, freedom of money.
Hmm.
That's the piece that's missing right now.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
I certainly believe that if when I create that money abundance, I'll be a completely different person.
Hmm. Hmm.
And one of the things I've tried to do is to bring that type of a person, that person here now.
Yes.
So if you're a different person, then can you be a different person without the money?
Yes.
And it hasn't transpired. So yeah.
It's very good. I'm very happy that we've made this list. And I can see, that it's just a little bit tweak of mindset and the way you feel about yourself. And as you say, create this new identity that will make things happen. Because when I'm looking at the mindset, beside the impatience and the self-judgment, which are like more going though into the negative, but lifestyle business, low admin, limited marketing, flexible schedule, freedom of choice, you've already created that. All you are have to do is remove these two, you know, getting yourself more into the driver's seat, being like, hey, I am in control. I'm the director here. I'm the one who decides. And that's really about putting a little bit more of firmness within your life, and being really like having that feeling of power within yourself. Like, I can do it because I decide to do it. And that's not too difficult. It's just about removing the part of you that believes that in order to be safe, you need to let others shine more than you. And the way you do your business is very up to you. Like I used to do Facebook marketing, I used to post every day. It burned me out because they change the algorithm all the time and you have to compete with like millions of people. Then when I switched to network marketing, I was like, oh, well, it's way easier because people support you. You create relationship with people over time and people see that you're trustworthy. And when you need work, they bring it to you without you even asking for it. So I think that the way you do is way better. And when you enter the right network, you can easily become the coach of some like high level people and they recommend you to other people. And that's the beauty of it. I really love, when someone comes to me and being recommended because it's a proof that you do something valuable for people. I would not recommend something that I don't like, so this is a very good thing. No, we're gonna now play a little bit. and we're gonna make a list of what you really want to be, you know. So I think mindset is gonna be more or less the same here. The mindset is, are there any changes you want to add into mindset?
Um, I can't think of anything at the moment. Um, Nothing is common. Uh, no, I want to be able to access uh, a type of person that I feel is out of my reach right now, and I'm struggling to get to.
Hmm.
Uh, and I know that, if I really look at it, there is some of them within my network right now.
Yeah.
Um, that I want to be able to have. I want to be in that environment almost. No, I don't mean constantly, but want that environment to be accessible to me.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I think
I
that's a mindset. I think I'm struggling to. I think from a mindset point of view, it's to be that person who is not daunted by that. So if I'm working with, or if I'm among, let's say, just for the want of a better term, ordinary people, I'm the same person as if I'm with these elite people that
yeah.
I'm aspiring to. So I become that person that no matter which room I go into, I create that energy.
So this is work for you like powerful network of ideal clients, confidence to attract and connect with high level personalities.
Yeah.
Y- You know, this is also a question of limiting belief. I had a client few years ago, and she wanted to work with premium couples. You know, she had a package, and she was working also on Instagram, and she was tired of like working on social media, and she wanted to have like in-person clients, and she was living in Thailand. And then she was like, yeah, but where I live in Thailand, like there's only like tourists and poor people. Like there's no one who has the money to invest in me. And I told her, like, go on the beach, take a walk on the beach, and just look at the houses that you will see on the beach and tell me if you see houses that looks expensive. And I bet that the people who are renting these houses, they can afford you. Because if you go in Thailand on the beach, there are like villas that you rent 10 grand a week, And if someone
Mm.
can rent like a villa 10 grand a week and they have problem in their wedding, they probably can pay way more for that. So I told her like it's just a perception because the restaurants you go to are cheap. Everything is cheap in Thailand. So you have the thing that the people who go traveling to Thailand, they want to have cheap things, but there are also people who go to Thailand and spend 100K a month for their vacation. So it's just really a question of opening your eyes to that. And next day she sent me a message on WhatsApp. Oh yeah, you're right. I've seen so many beautiful houses on the beach and I've never seen them before. And it's, like when you're looking for the things, they're there around you in the natural path of your life. This is the most beautiful thing is that when we open ourselves and we have some patience as well, because we need to have patience and patience and perseverance. There are two main things that we need to have in order to be attractive to whatever we want, because unless you want low quality things, people who are high standards, they love patience and perseverance, like most people who I know are high achievers, they persevere and they had patience. So they're also looking for the same traits into other people. Other thing in the mindset, I would say like we can make something about money, so like financial growth.
Yeah. Um, it's probably the biggest thing that's missing is finance, money.
So do you want a stable, continuous financial growth as a wording?
Yeah, abundant, I think.
Very good. It's good that it's abundant because there's a difference between having a lot of money and feeling abundant with money. And that is
Mm.
something I often like people who are in debt. I know some people who are in debt. They have a lot of money though. They make a lot of money, but they're not abundant because all the money is just being drained away. So it is very important to have that, abundance. The feeling of abundance means that you have always more than enough.
Yeah,
I
and
think
it's important to me as well because when I have I'm pretty good at sharing, even money. I'm pretty good at sharing, but what I see is potential. I see an unlimited potential within me if I'm able to access that,
yes,
and money is a way of expressing that. But
yes,
for instance, the local area that I come from would be relatively deprived. They would have missed the economic opportunity,
hmm
and I want to be able to put economic opportunity into that. And
hmm
if I'm coming from the authority of having access to money,
yeah,
well, I can attract more money and put it in there and get it to work and empower people.
exactly.
So yeah,
It multiplies itself.
yes, exactly. And it not only multiplies itself, but when you empower people, when you give people the right to shine, they
Yes,
empower themselves, and then that moves outward as well.
yes. Yes, yes. Money, empowering money with money is a reflection of the empowerment we have with ourselves, and that's the beauty of it. And then everything is becoming. So there is the desire to expand your empowerment to others.
Yeah. Sorry, say the second part of it again.
Expand your empowerment to others,
Yes, yes.
and that is very beautiful because we're entering into the realm of contribution. And when we contribute, especially us as men are really driven to contribute. We really feel good when we put our energy into the service of community. That's really a big missing piece of the modern capitalism, where we forget that we're supposed to provide, like the provider, the contribution. That's really something that's very masculine. That's very that makes us feel good and that gives us power. And
On
entering
that,
that kind of
the go ahead, sorry.
entering that kind of mindset makes us feel even more abundant.
Mm. And the other thing that runs alongside that is um, my wife had to sacrifice for me to go on this journey. I
Yes.
want to give her the security and the the safety
Hmm.
of of a home and of financial safety that give
Yeah.
her choice in her life. So she's currently working in her career. I want to give her a choice if she wanted to finish up in that career that I'd support her from now on. I provide her with a home that she desires,
Hmm.
or we're able to step into that home that we desire.
Yes.
So I want to very much give her that because she has supported me and taken a back seat for the last number of years when I went on this journey. So
Hmm.
that's probably top of my list in
Yeah.
terms of creating money.
Yeah, so it's removing the burden of the shoulder of your wife and supporting her the way she was supporting you, so you could be able to. Just quick question: what is she doing right now?
She works with a local county council, so she's um, on the administrative side there. She's a pretty good job.
Hmm.
The county council, as in the um, what would you call it? Yeah, the public sector,
Yes.
the municipal district, would it be? Yeah,
Hmm.
in other countries.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand. I understand. Well, that's very good.
Mhm.
And how much is she doing with that yearly?
How in terms of income?
Yes.
She's probably on about 80,000 a year.
Okay. Okay. Well, that is good, but it's not like. so much, and if you were bringing more, way more, that would just relieve the pressure of like, hey, do I need to work on that? I understand.
Yeah, that's the thing that's irking me at the moment. Very, very little would leave us in really comfortable place.
Mm-hmm.
So when I talk about the 250,000, that would leave us in an abundant space.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yeah.
As we're speaking here about this, I do you have like debts growing, or are you like breaking even?
In terms of debts, we wrote down a lot of debt in the last number of years, so
Mm-hmm.
we're not too bad for debt. Having said that, I want to buy a home.
Yes.
So, and because of our age, we've both just turned around 50.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to get back into the mortgage market. So if
Yes.
I could buy a home without having to go into debt again, that's a bonus.
Yes. Yes. And I totally understand. So, are you feeling comfortable sharing how much you are in debt?
Um, I think we've a small car loan. It's only a few hundred euro left,
Okay.
and that's it. So the credit card bill, the monthly credit card would be the biggest debt at the moment. Then,
Okay.
so that's cleared on a monthly basis. That's cash flow.
Okay. Okay. So there's no like big debt that is like straining on you. It's just like
No, no, but
okay.
there is, for instance, there is. I want to change my car, and at the moment, I don't want to do that from a financial point of view, but realistically, from a practical point of view, I should.
Yeah.
So that sort of thing is coming up.
And how much would you need to have a new car?
Uh, Probably depending on it for a brand new car, probably about 40,000, 40 to
40,000.
50,000.
Okay. And that if you make when you make the 250K, would you buy a car with that money, or would you save that money into buying a home?
The home would be more important. Probably
Yeah.
what I do it if you use a good word, stable financial growth.
Yeah.
If my income stabilized, I would borrow for the car,
Yes.
so pay the car off a monthly. So
Mm-hmm.
that would so you're able to hold your lump sum then for the house. But the stability of the income is going to be important.
Okay. And in terms of like buying a home, how much do you want to invest into a home?
Well, as little as possible, but currently there's to get a home that would suit us because we have a family of um, four children. It would probably cost us somewhere between 400 and 500,000.
Okay. So we're speaking 500,000 here. So with 250K, if you do that in 3 months and you can, well, and then how many clients do you want to have in a yearly basis?
Money?
How many
Oh,
clients do you have in a year?
if I was working with five people, five to 10 people on an annual basis, that
Yeah.
that's the model that I want to use.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, so at any one time, between 5 and 10 is maximum
Yeah.
for a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Um, but the business that I want to create is a seven-figure business.
Yeah.
That's the desire,
Yeah. I
and
mean,
it's no more of go ahead.
if we look at this and you take 10 clients at 50K, you're 500,000, which means, like in 18 months, you could easily afford a new home and have a new car. And, like from there, having that space where you feel more comfortable and you can start this new life and build even to going to 1 million a year.
What that means though, like that at one level that looks extravagant, but what it means is when I started out uh, in my career, we would have been looking at having the mortgage that we had at that time paid off round now with between now and the next 5 years. So all you're doing is you're getting to that place of where having a home with no debt attached to it. So that's all it's given
Uh,
with the way the way the financial markets and our life has gone.
yeah.
So over the last 5 to 10 years, I would have probably gone backwards for a while before I'm going forwards. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
What really strike me is the word extravagant that you use for this. I've
Mm.
I personally feel it's very natural for any human being to be wanting to have a quality of life that is decent and to not have to worry about money and feel abundant because when we look at nature, everything is abundant. Like
Mm.
I was living in a monastery for 15 months just 1 month ago. And I observed nature and how abundant it is. Like the amounts, like we were in an olive farm and we would cut, everywhere we were doing a cutting of the olive trees. And the amount of wood that is being collected every year is enough because the house there is being heated by firewood. The amount of wood that is being collected is enough to heat the place for 3 years every year. That's abundance. That's there's a wall that was being made. It's like 3 meters deep and it's like 15-meter long of wood that is drying there in the farm. And that's when you look at this, you will never have not enough wood to heat your home. And if you were like in the 1500s, where that would be your lifestyle, you would know that every year your farm itself would produce enough food for the entire village. Because when olives are being, harvested, there's enough olive for the whole village. But besides that, there is so much wild food growing within the farm that we don't even look at. I've seen asperges, wild asperges. Asperges for me has always been something that's fine cuisine. That always has been something special. But then I would just walk and then I would find these asperges in the ground. I was like, oh my God, it's just growing like any kind of like weed. So nature is extremely abundant. So what you're saying for me is not extravagant. It's your
Mm.
natural born right to be wanting to have that, to be wanting to have a life that is abundant. And I've been in financial debt. I've been like kicked out. I almost lived in the street for so long. And now I'm living so abundantly. I know it's not extravagant. It's possible. It's extremely possible. So I want to say that, you have the right to have that.
Thank you.
You totally have the
Uh,
right to have that. Especially today, we live in a world where we understand that money is not limited to having a boss. We can be our own boss and we can charge whatever we want for whatever. There's a woman, I saw that in the internet. She's charging 30 grand to pick a name for newborn baby. $30,000 and she picked the name of your baby. Just, she's making millions every month.
Shitty Mac.
See, so
That's unreal.
people are ready to pay 30 grand for the name of their kid. Like, I
Yeah.
never thought there was a market for that. And
Well,
what you
all it takes is for somebody to suggest that, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes. I want that money
Suddenly
and
there is
someone's
one.
gonna bring it to you.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna I
It's
mean
only
there
value. It's value to somebody if they're willing to pay that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. There are
Mm.
people who are going to restaurants to have a steak covered in gold. And they're gonna pay 5 grand for a steak, because there's gold leaves on top of it. Does it change something to your life? Probably for 5 minutes, not for the rest of your life. When you see, like people who are doing coaching, like we're changing the life of people for the end of their life. We're teaching people how to be in a better state. I'm not scared of charging what I'm scared of charging, and I feel like I'm charging very little compared to what I
Mm.
could. So, like you can have it. You can have this beautiful house for your family. And it's not just for you, it's for your family. And that's
Mm.
gonna be an influence on over your kids. And I'm working a lot of people who have financial stress. And
mm,
it's not just for yourself. When you don't have financial stress and you can pay people on time, people feel better. My landlord, he's
yeah,
super stressed. Every week he's sending me a message. Do you know that by the end of the month you're gonna have to pay me rent? And I'm like, yeah, sure. The money's already there. I'm not gonna give it to you before the end of the month because I don't want you to get used to getting the money when you want it because we have a due date. But every week he's sending me a message like, yeah, I have like health bills and this and that. I need the money. And he's stressed. He's not doing that
yeah,
because he feels good about it. So removing the financial stress is just removing so much stress of your life. Anyway, let's go back
mm,
to the mindset. Any other mindset that you want to add within your life? I would say, feeling deserving
mm.
of your desire. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds great. And there's another one that I'd like to put in,
Yes, let's go for it.
if it's around feeling that I am. So I don't know whether this is an needy one, but feeling that I am supporting people around me in an abundant sort of a way, so that I'm doing good for people in
Providing,
even in showing up.
providing for others.
Yeah, yeah. It's to be, I suppose, content that I don't have to be performing just by showing up or be in the room with somebody that I'm giving them something. I don't have to even know what it is that they're getting from our interaction, but that it's providing them with goodness or something that they need.
So being
So it's
providing and supportive to others.
yeah, that feeling of being providing and supportive to others.
This is very beautiful. That's really selflessness here.
Yeah, my background, I came from a farming background, and I did some farming up until a couple of years ago. But
Mm.
if I'm driving along the road and I see an animal in distress in some farmer's field, I'll stop and I'll get out and I'll
Yeah,
attend to that animal.
yeah,
And I love that feeling when you're coming back to your car and you're getting in, knowing that you saved that animal's life.
yeah.
And you also know that the farmer will never ever know it. Nobody will ever know what you've done.
I have
That's a
said
beautiful
that
feeling.
because this morning I came out of the apartment building I'm living in, and there was a homeless guy sleeping on the floor and shivering. And the first thing I thought is that I am receiving a box of food every week, and I'm having leftover from the last week, and I just entered back into my place, took the box of leftover, and just drop it next to him. So whenever he was gonna wake up, he's gonna have food there, and this was the same feeling of like like I can afford to do that. I don't care, and
Yeah,
hearing you say that, I feel like this is the same desire of being good to others. This is very
yeah.
beautiful. I really appreciate you for being like this. It's a
Thank you.
very good thing to transmit to your children as well.
Yeah, when I came, the most recent one was it was a sheep that got on her back. It rolled on her back. So when
Mm.
they're on their back, they can't get up. They can't use their feet,
Yeah,
and after a while, they will die naturally. And it's just to roll them over. And when I went back to the car, they said, "Are you going to go and tell the farmer now?" And I says, "No, we're not. We've done that. That's a good thing to do, and it's been able to show them as well.
yeah,
That we take the time and stop and go and attend to the animal, or do what the goodness is. If it's an animal or a person, the same thing for a person, and just be able to continue about your business. That it's not something that is effort. It's naturally occurring around us, and we're just partaking in it.
yeah.
Um, yeah. Mm.
It's beautiful. It made me think about this sentence that is You cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good you can do, and that's just really, like what you can do good, do it, but don't try to save the world. Um, we're tapping 1 hour. I'm gonna have to do a bathroom break. I'm coming back in 5 minutes, and if you want to have one too, you can.
Yeah,
Okay,
grand.
let me just come back. Beautiful.
There's one other thing that I just want to put into it
Yeah.
around mindset, and it's come to me as we're talking the last few points, is that I believe that there's a goodness within me,
Hmm.
um, that there's a kindness and a goodness, and I feel like I've been the life I was born into, which was a good life and all of that, with good parents and family and the whole lot of good family structure. That uh, that my conditioning has and it has kind of kept that in me as opposed to expressing it outwardly. And I think the more I journey through life, the more I want to express that. And I think this idea of money and my limitations around money has really suppressed within me that goodness as well.
Hmm.
So if that can be expressed under mindset, I think it'd be powerful.
Bringing the goodness. That's very beautiful. I really love the set of mindset that we've created here. Let's go for the actions. Like we want to have some tangible actions that you are not doing now that you want to do.
Mm. Well, I'm going to an event in London. Uh, it's a 1 day event, but I'll be going out the day before and traveling back the day after.
Mhm.
And there'll be about 40 people at the event. So one of the things and one of the reasons I brought or that was the reason I brought this
Yeah.
forward from our Thursday. So I suppose the way I want to build my business is word of mouth, but also in conversation. So I want to be able to create and uh, get into conversations with people who excite and inspire me, I suppose, for the want of a better term.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, so I suppose the immediate uh, actions would be around that, being able to explore that over the next 2 to 3 days. There's another event on in Dublin when I get back that evening. It's a walk-in event. And it's to be able to talk about what I do and just be in conversation with people and see where that goes.
Yeah.
To
Mhm.
create opportunity to invite people to have an experience of what I do.
Yes.
I think I got tied up in that a lot.
Yeah. So I wrote be confident to speak in powerful and inspiring way.
Mm,
Mm,
yeah,
that's very good. It's very important because when we express ourselves in a certain way, people start listening to us and they believe in what we're saying. Like the difference between like what is fake. Fake is usually impressive, but real is inspiring. It gives us the desire to take action.
yeah.
What other kind of actions do you want to take?
I suppose I want to be more expressive in the world. So
Mhm.
uh, this idea, or I've long sort of fought with conformity. So conformity for me is it's going to get it's going against my natural nature. I don't know why, but uh, whether that's a bad thing or a good thing, but um, I just want to yeah, that's a good word, authentic. Yeah, yeah. Um, I for a long time people have said that I have a presence and I want to be able to show up in that presence more and more.
Mm.
Um, I want to create money.
Create money. Very good. Something else?
Um, yeah, I suppose step more and more into my natural creative way, whatever that looks like.
Come again? You're natural?
To to step more and more into my natural creative way of being.
Ah, okay.
Uh, that's a sort of a discovery for me right now. I talked about sitting down at a desk for hours on end. It's not productive. It's not me. It's actually holding me back. So if it means sitting down and writing an article, sit down and write the article. But if it means me up out in nature or out meeting people, well, then that's the way I want to be.
Mhm. Do you have any artistic hobbies or any artistic occupations?
No, no. Um, I suppose spend time with my children is something else that I need to do more and more of. For instance, they're taking up golf recently.
Yeah.
Some of them, some of them have taken up golf, and it's just to be able to be there with them and have a bit of fun with them and take them to their golf outings and things like that. At the
Mhm.
moment, I don't have an awful lot of sporting or creative activities that I do myself. I want to travel. So this is generic actions, not just this week, but I want to travel, and I want to travel with my wife and my family, but more importantly with my wife. I want to spend time with her, and obviously with my family, but my family is starting to grow up now. They're going their own ways. So I want to, you know, have this time with my wife and for us to do things and do a little bit of travel and settle into a new home. When we buy it, but settle into it and do all of that sort of stuff. Um,
Uh, One thing I forgot to ask already, but it's gonna be tied into the next question. So I'd love you to send me your home address because I always send a gift to my clients. Like this, I can
right.
put it. But what I wanted to know is that because from what we're speaking here, I do believe that doing improv theater would be something very good for you.
Okay.
I'm wondering if around where you live there is some classes or even a group of improv theater because this is something that will teach you how to be authentic, to be more confident, to be present, and really, have that uh, play and fun. All the things that we're writing down here in the actions. That's improv theater. I did that for 2 years, twice a week, and it got me this charisma and the confidence I have today to go anywhere and just be myself. That's improv theater is really about accepting whatever you want to say at the moment. You have to say it, and that's being authentic. That's really removing you from conformism, from all the frames that society is putting onto us.
Yeah, I do. I'm a member of Toastmasters, which is the speaking,
Yeah, this is
to
pretty
do
good as well.
speeches.
I mean, in
But
Toastmaster, there is an orientation with the speech. So improv theater has more that playful and going with the flow thing.
yeah, and I've long thought about it because I've been aware of it. One of the things I think that makes a great coach, an exceptional coach,
Mm.
is to go into other fields. And one of the
Yes.
fields that I've been exploring is improv. I've never gone into it, but you're right. The other area is acting. I've gone into I've explored acting. I've looked up the Meisner technique. If you ever come across it, Stanford Meisner created it. And I reached out to this guy and he says, "How did you find us?" He says, "Nobody ever comes from the outside." He says, "Do you ever offer classes?" And he says, "No, but it's something we may do in the future." And when I started to explore it, uh, the similarities between what I do and what they do are very, very close. And I reached out to him again and I says, "Well, until I get to be with you, is there a book I can read?" And he says, "What we do, you can't write down. There's no books.
Yeah.
You can't write down. If someone writes it down, if they create a book, they've missed the point." And I
Mm.
love that.
Yeah.
I love that idea. And that's the way I view coaching as well. Coaching is in the moment.
Yeah.
It's to inspire. It's to create. But if you start to write it down or put it into words, what you do, you've lost it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that idea. I look into that. Yeah.
I totally agree with you. There are things that have to be experienced, like we can write as much as we want about love, but as long as you haven't have loved, you don't know what it is, and all the ups and downs. So I really understand. Let's go to feelings now.
Okay. What what feelings do I want? Is it?
Yes, what feelings do you want to have? So I think empowerment is something that we were speaking already.
Yeah. Calmness.
Calm.
Um, I suppose boldness, or that comes with creativity.
Mm-hmm. And boldness and
Yeah.
assertiveness.
Assertiveness. Yeah. Yeah. A sense of daring as well.
Yeah, that's very good.
Um, a lightness. Just to live. To there's
Aliveness.
another word I'm looking for. Aliveness. Yeah.
Yeah. That goes
Um,
back to having fun and playing. When you do improv theater, you just really feel alive because you're in the moment. You're just allowing everything that comes. You're not controlling. You just, that's very good. And you become more daring as well because at one point, especially if you're doing it with a good group, you can say whatever you want and they're just gonna enjoy it, and that just makes you feel like, oh, I
mm,
can I can try anything I want, and people will just react positively.
yeah, yeah. Um, a curiosity.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think curiosity is very important.
Yes.
Um, feelings. Would this be a feeling, a sense of support
Mm-hmm.
or
Being
community?
supported. I mean, it goes both way because you also want to provide, but in order to be able to provide and to support others, you need also to receive support. Like the more we're being supported, the more we can support people. It's like, like we should imagine that there's people behind us taking our weight off and we are taking the weight of other people. And that's we have to make a network of people in order to be able. So that's very important, opening yourself to support more feelings that you are thinking about.
Um, I want to connect with my potentiality.
Hmm.
I've this word in my mind around potentiality, and I want to connect with that more and more because I think that's your inspiration, that's your freedom.
Hmm. Hmm.
Feelings, yeah, I suppose freedom is another one, a feeling of freedom. Um,
Very good.
yeah,
I love it.
I don't think there's any obvious one that I'm leaving out. Again, feelings of abundance.
Yeah. In the worst case, this is here for us to have already some matter to work on, which is a real lot. And in the future, if you and if you want to change something, you can always change. This document is gonna be yours. But if you make changes, I mean, I'm gonna have a notification, so I will know what's happening. But like there's no worry of that. Like this is for you. We're doing it. I'm here to help you how to practically make it happen. And then whatever you
Yeah.
want to create, we're here to create. You're the canvas and you're the artist in the same time.
Okay. Okay. Um, yeah. So that sense of abundance is something I want to bring into my life.
Okay, perfect.
Hmm. I think that's. I can't think of anything obvious that I'm missing.
Well, just right now, don't don't knock your head on the wall. If in a few days you have an idea, we can always add it to it. But already, I believe
Okay.
that we have a very beautiful new identity here that we're creating, and so what I propose now that we have a clear idea of what it is that we go into trance and ask your subconscious to make that emerge, like to do the process that is needed in the next coming days for you to already start feeling that. So when you are there in London, you already start seeing the results because we don't want to wait for that. We want this to happen now, right?
Yeah. Good.
Beautiful. I'm gonna stop the sharing here. And I will send you the link of this document now in WhatsApp.
Oh, great. Thank you.
There it is. And you will be also able to send me your details, like where you live on WhatsApp. And you told me that you wanted to have an invoice for the coaching. You can also write down if you have anything that you want specially to be mentioned in the invoice. You can also write it down. So I'm gonna make that for you in the coming days. Um, any questions for what we've done so far?
Um, no, no.
Perfect. Well, what I propose is we do 15 to 20 minutes of hypnosis now to get you in that mindset, to ask your subconscious to bring forth everything that created that identity you have now and just replace it with the new identity. So if you're ready, you can just sit back comfortably in your seat. Put your hands on your laps and just notice that one of your hands feels different than the other. You also notice that there is a tingling sensation within your hands. And when you feel it, you can allow it to spread within your whole body and allow it to guide you into a full trance experience. Start noticing that you feel comfortable within this trance sensation. And that comfort will allow you to easily and seamlessly erase all traces of your new identity, of your old identity, and create a new identity. Because the only reason you are listening to the sound of my voice is because you know that I'm going to guide you into removing, erasing your old identity, and simply painting a new version of yourself, a version of yourself that will emerge stronger, more abundant, and more free to be yourself, more authentic each and every day. And each and every day, you will notice yourself being authentic. You will be even more authentic. You will reinforce yourself into this identity because you know that this is who you are. And it is your birthright to be yourself. So now that you know what is going to happen in the coming moments, we will anchor at a deeper level all the previous incoming suggestions. What I want you now to notice is that your eyelids are so relaxed that even if you try moving them, no matter how much you try, you wouldn't be able to open them. And only when you have the absolute certainty, no matter how much you try, you wouldn't be able to open them. And that's right. Don't just allow this sensation of relaxation to take over your whole body and realize that you now can let go fully of the control and allow yourself to create space within yourself to manifest the life you want. And you know exactly that in the next 3 months, you will meet people, 3 to 5 people that will bring you more money. These people will allow you to make more money because you want to achieve 250K in the next 3 months. And so you will encounter the right people. 5 clients that will bring you the money that you want. And that's right. You know exactly what will happen and how it will happen. In a moment, your subconscious will show you exactly what needs to change within your life in order for you to achieve this goal. And you will let go simply and easily. You will open your heart for all the forgiveness that needs to happen now. Your subconscious will guide you in this process because you came here for this. You came here for a change in perspective, in perspection. You want to be a new person, a person who is achieving your goals in a bold and assertive way. You want to feel confident. You want to feel powerful. And this is what will happen for you. So now that you know exactly what will happen, that you will, in the natural course of your life, meet 5 people who will pay you 50 grand, each of them naturally and easily, like you're breathing. And you will accept this money because you know that this is who you want to be. Now that you know that this will happen and you have the same certainty that it will happen, the certainty that you can hear the sound of my voice, this certainty will guide you into taking the steps, making the changes you need in order to achieve this goal. So now that you know that this will happen, just open your eyes and anchor this feeling within yourself, within your life. Feel that you are now this man, that you're observing reality from that point of view, from the point of view that you are the man who is charging simply and naturally 50 grand per client, and that in the coming months you will meet 5 people who will bring you this money. And so now that you know that this will happen, just close your eyes. That's right. Close your eyes. Very good. And allow yourself to go deeper than ever into a reference. And there, your subconscious is now guiding you into removing all the energies that are preventing you from meeting these five people and making 250 grand in the next 3 months. Because you know that you have the capacity, you have the ability to make 250 grand in the next 3 months. It only requires you to meet five people, and five people are what you meet on a regular basis. You know that you often meet more than five people. So meeting five people is very easy for you. And all you have to do and speak to them. Think like the way you need to think. Behave in the way you need to behave and feel in the right way. And you know exactly how to think, feel, and behave, and how to speak to them in order for them to just work with you. And you feel natural to speak with them and to get them to pay you 50 grand in order for you to be able to buy a new house, buy a new car, travel with your wife, provide for your community, for the people around you. You know exactly what you will do when you will have that money. You know exactly who you want to be. So now you can feel that this new identity is being grounded within yourself, that all remaining traces of your old identity are being removed. And that's right. So now just allow yourself to feel that you are removing, erasing all remaining traces of your old identity. You can start feeling space within yourself, can start feeling the creativity within yourself, the creativity you have to create a new identity. And now we will once again implement this new identity within you simply by opening your eyes. And now you can open your eyes and start looking at the world from this place of being a new person, being the person that is making 50 grand per client. And it's just speaking to people in such a way that people want to give you 50 grand, to be working with you. You will simply, in the natural course of your life, meet people who will give you that money because you deserve it. And you know that you deserve it. So you will communicate with your words, with your actions, with the way you feel and the way you behave. So now that you can see how it feels to be alive within that identity, you can just close your eyes and allow your subconscious to continue the process of installing, implementing this new identity. You can start feeling within yourself that something is changing, an energy is coming within you. A very powerful energy is entering your body now, and you can feel it. You can feel it happen. Something within your body, within your brain, within everything that is you is changing, is bringing the new version of you forward. You start feeling that in the coming hours, in the coming days, you will be speaking, behaving, thinking, and feeling the way you know will bring you the result you want, make you more assertive, more confident, make you speak to the right people at the right time, in the right place. You will naturally show up in all of these places. You will feel present. You will be fun and playful. Life will be easy for you because this is what you want and this is what will happen the same way you wanted to listen to this. You wanted to listen to the sound of my voice and you made it happen. The same way you've made so many things happen. So now your subconscious will remind you everything that you made happen, everything that you created within your life. And you have the choice now to create something new because you have the choice. And you are now taking the choice to be a different person, a more relaxed person, a person who does exactly what he needs to do in order to make things happen. That's right. So now that you can feel that your new identity is being rooted within yourself, just allow it to completely be installed in a moment, not quite yet, but in a moment, I'll ask you once again to open your eyes and observe the world, observe reality from this place, from this new identity, and truly feel yourself within your body. Feel yourself awake within your body and how it feels to be this new person. So now that you know what you have to do, just open your eyes and start feeling that you are this confident, assertive, playful, creative man who is coaching others and making 50,000 per client and meeting 5 new clients in the natural way that is your life. That's right. And naturally, like you breathing, you will speak with them. You will think exactly what you have to say. You will feel how you have to feel. And you will have to behave the way you have to behave in order for them to understand that they are a fit for you. They want to work with you. They already are waiting for you. And all you have to do is to go by your life and make them understand that you are the person they are looking for. And you just have to connect with your network. So now that you know exactly how it feels to be that person in your reality, just close your eyes and go deeper into acceptance and realize that within your current network, within the people you know, you already have access to whomever you need to talk to in order to get your clients. And even better than that, the people you already know will send you clients, will send you contacts that already want to pay you 50 grand for a coaching because they want to give you that money. They have such desire and such gratitude to send you this money, and you will just accept it naturally and easy, like you're breathing. That's right. 5 people will come into your life very soon in the coming days, in the coming weeks. You will meet 5 people who will give you each of them 50,000, and you will accumulate 250,000, and this will just simply enter your life, and this will be your new reality, and this is now the reality you live in, a reality where you have the spaciousness to do whatever you want financially. You have the spaciousness to buy a new house and buy a new car. That's right. You have the ability to travel wherever you want with your wife. And so now that you know exactly what will happen and what won't happen, I will let you process all this information and allow your subconscious to complete the process of transformation. And whenever you have the absolute certainty that the process of transformation has reached completion, you can open your eyes and start living from this new identity. Very good. How does it feel?
I don't know. I'm trying to check in. Um, I feel very calm.
That's very good.
Um, mm, uh, um, my mind was working even as you were speaking. Uh, it seemed to be churning over.
Mhm.
Um, but I think that's probably natural anyway.
It's normal. Yeah, your mind has
Mm,
sometimes it just works. It does what it does.
mm.
So what I'm
Should
gonna
I should I feel anything in particular?
no, it depends. Sometimes people feel like it's happening, like something like the best feeling of the change is like feeling normal. Like, I feel very normal to make 250K. It's just who I am, like it's not except, like that's the thing when it's exceptional, it's like, oh, it happened, oh my God, it happened. But if you are the,
Mm,
the man who is making like, like I'm like not surprised when people send me money because like this is normal. This is who I am. Like I make 20 grand a month. That's normal for me. It's not something special, like someone who if I was like, oh my God, I made 20 grand, no, it's normal. It's part of my life. The same way as this cup of
yeah.
tea is part of my life. What's the difference? Money is not different than this cup of tea because it's part of my life. We don't want to have it being taken for granted. We don't want to be like, oh, I don't care. We need to be, remain in a grateful state, but we need to accept it that it is normal. So that's a very good thing.
Mm,
So what will happen is that I'm gonna cut out this hypnosis, and for the coming weeks, you will have to listen to it every morning, first thing in the morning. It's gonna be like 15 minutes, and that will really
Okay.
sharpen you onto that.
Okay. Just one question. The hypnosis refers to five people and 250,000.
Yeah.
That won't limit it after that, will it? Or it, it doesn't limit it to five people, or for instance, if seven people come into my life in the
Um,
period, or 10 people.
well, this is really to sharpen your mind for that. It kind of limits it in a way, yeah, because in the next 3 months, that's the goal. But we can I can remove the 5 people and just say and just leave the people. I can edit that out.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. No, just curious.
yeah, in that sense, we what we're doing is programming, is the red card theory. Like when we say I'm looking for a red
Oh
card,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
subconscious is just bringing itself for a red card. So if we're saying we're gonna find 5 people, the subconscious is gonna focus on 5 people. But
yeah,
we not the thing is that we sometimes we have to limit ourselves in order to achieve a goal. If
yeah,
I'm taking
yeah,
my car and I'm like, I want to do as many miles as I want. I'm gonna just drive everywhere and I'm gonna get nowhere. But we have to
yeah.
accept that sometimes limiting ourselves in order to reach a goal, say, hey, I've reached that goal. Now, where do I want? We want to have some precision. So I would say in the next 3 months, if you get 5 clients, you'll be happy,
Yeah, the piece that becomes. I mean, this is the little bit of doubt that was in my
Mm.
system, is that there's going to be cash flow is important right now, because I need to start to create cash flow.
Yeah.
So if somebody comes to me to go straight to 50,000 with somebody, that's edgy for me right now.
I mean, right
So
now you don't have the choice. If someone wants to pay you less, you say no.
oh, so you go to 50,000, that's it.
If someone comes to work with you, it's only 50K.
Right.
That's
That's
the
that's
thing.
good to know.
Like that's like for example, like you were the last clients. I'm charging 3,500. The next client's gonna be four because like right now I wanna go to 10K, and every 3 clients I'm raising my price.
Okay.
So next person that's
Okay.
coming to me on a sales calls, if they want to have less, I'm like, sorry, no, because I have one spot here I created for one person who's gonna pay more, and that's all. So you got to be firm on that. This is
Okay.
accepting less than 50K per client. That's your old identity.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
like someone who decided to quit smoking and they start smoking again. No, like if you smoke again, you're still a smoker. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm playing with this for a little bit, uh, the fee is 50,000 or more, but it's 50,000 in this case. The length of time then I can play with. So if I said to them 12 months to work with me, or 6 months to work with me, it, whenever I call out, it's 50,000.
Yeah, I mean the money they gave you, I mean the agreement has to be if they want to pay you 10K every month, that's okay, but you have to charge 50K. Now you have to agree with them that the coaching is 50K for one client, and that's all. You cannot, there's no negotiation on that.
That's great.
There's no
That's great. It's good to know
discounting
that.
because discounting what you're doing is not going to improve the quality of the work. It's not going to change anything.
Mm.
So that's what you're charging, and that's what you need in order to get your goal. Like let's say I have a fitness goal and I need a certain amount of calories to feel like, and someone's like, hey, I have this ingredient that has a bit less calories. I'm like, yeah, no, because I have a meal, and if I'm eating less calorie, I'm not reaching my goal. So it's the same thing,
Mm.
like you have to be very firm on that. If someone is say like, no, like, I'm sorry, we're not a fit.
Well, it's interesting as we're having this conversation. Normally, I would be getting very anxious here. Oh, I have to. I'm still quite calm even when we're
Mm.
having this conversation, because you're taking the ways out for me. I have to speak out 50,000.
Yeah,
Normally, I'd be there. Oh,
no, this is the
I'm
new
still
you,
quite calm,
and
so I find that interesting.
I will be very angry at you if you take less
Well,
than.
well, I need that. I need that, Asha. I need that. I have to be held to the fire right now. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep you accountable, and like this is the way the reason you hired me is because I'm not letting people have bullshit. You know, like you're gonna have if even if you have someone and you tell me that you bought you got 50K but they didn't pay 50K, I will notice that you're lying. You know, because spotting a liar is pretty easy. So you know, like I'm not gonna let you bullshit me. I'm having that every day. I'm having calls with people and I'm auditing people, and people love lying about how much they make. It's great how many people always they want to say they're making 10 times what they're doing, and I'm like, you don't have the attitude of someone who's doing that because whenever we reach a certain level of money, the people have an attitude, and it can be seen, it can be felt. So yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to do the and next Thursday, you're gonna have to get the contacts of people, and you're gonna have to be very convincing as well.
For next how do you mean for next Thursday?
You're going to London.
Yes, I'm going tomorrow. I have an event on Wednesday. Yeah.
Ah, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday. I thought it was Thursday. Sorry.
Yeah.
On Thursday, you're gonna have on Wednesday. You're gonna have to be convincing. You're gonna have to be that powerful man that you are,
Mm,
and you're gonna
mm,
have to show people that you don't have the quality of like these people because you know the thing is like we see people on social media and have a certain set of qualities. But these people, they attract the people who want that kind of qualities, you know. Everybody
mm.
doesn't want to be Tony Robbins. Everybody doesn't want to be coached by Tony Robbins, you know. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who would be in front of him and they would not know what to ask him because he's not, you know, meant for them. You know, we all are different,
Mm,
and there are people who are very good for you and there are people who are not good for you, you know. That's why we're looking for the best fit, you know. And when you have that best fit, you're like, oh my god, my client just is amazing. I love working with him, and you're like, oh, I love working with this guy because I'm feeling inspired. So you know, this is the thing.
yeah. Good. Good. Yeah. Thank you.
Perfect.
Mm,
Well, I will let you rest and integrate from this session. I will edit out the session, and the whole replay will be available in the document that I showed you. And the hypnosis will be on the first page where at the end there's some links.
okay. And the you sent me the WhatsApp to access that
Yeah, I
the
send it to you
documentation.
WhatsApp, and you will have to listen to the hypnosis every morning for the next 10
Okay.
days at least.
That's grand. When are we due to meet again?
So that will be we'll do the Thursday, you know, that's what we were saying. Um,
Okay.
so that's it's gonna be like every Thursday for the time I would say around 9 a.m. your time.
That's good. So that'll be the next week.
Yeah.
The first one will be the 20. Sorry, the 23rd is the only one I can't do.
Oh, you can't do it there.
Apologies.
Well,
I
the
can't do.
22nd.
I can't. 22nd I can do.
Okay,
Yeah,
9 a.m. your time is good.
9 a.m. Yeah, and
Perfect.
after that, then I can do Thursday. I should be able to do all the Thursdays.
Oh, we can say on the Wednesday if that's better for you. I what I
Yeah.
want
Okay.
is over time to have, you know, this consistency like this, you know, we have the same amount of time between each session, which also give you the ability, you know,
Yeah.
if there's some homework to do to be able to have more space, you know.
Right. Right. So I'll see you Wednesday the 22nd at 9 a.m.
Okay,
Thanks
perfect.
very much, Asha.
It's my
Thank you.
pleasure for me
Bye bye.
too. Bye. Have a good one.